So, hands up if you've ever chased an avoidant. Hi everyone, I'm Amy and welcome back to my channel. I'm a certified attachment style coach and I help anxious attachers break the cycle of avoidant and emotionally unavailable partners so that you can thrive in your independence and prevent future heartbreak. In today's video, I'm going to cover why anxious chase avoidance and what happens when they do, and ultimately how to stop doing this. But if you're curious about what your attachment style is, I do have a free attachment style quiz. The link is in my bio, but let's get into this video. So I'm going to start this with a personal story. So I was with my avoidant ex for probably just over 12 months when this happened, and he broke up with me and I was blocked. He wouldn't speak to me, and oh my gosh, was I an anxious wreck. And I speak to lots and lots of people that this happens to. When it is that an avoidant leaves the relationship, the anxious party is left feeling incredibly abandoned. It feels so excruciating, but also consciously you're thinking that I know I can survive without this person, but why do I feel so bad? And you do feel bad, and that's okay, because with the anxious attachment, your core wound is abandonment. This comes way in childhood before this person even showed up. So when it is that you've invested in somebody and you love somebody and they can just seemingly so easily walk away from this relationship, it feels like a death. It feels really, really uncomfortable. And I was even in a state where I couldn't even get out of bed. I was really suffering mentally and I spiraled completely. So why does this happen? Anxious attachers tend to overinvest in relationships fairly early, as I've just mentioned. But another big factor to this is that anxious attachers, or people who have this abandonment wound, tend to have an idea of this person in their mind. So they will create internally and in their imagination this future where everything is perfect, where everything is worked out. And they do this unconsciously. So what happens when you meet somebody is that desire for that perfect relationship is projected onto the person that they're dating. The anxious attacher will ignore red flags, only see the good. They will notice the bad, but they won't address it. They will make excuses for this person. And I did this too. I've helped lots of people all over the globe with this very same problem. And I have noticed this pattern with most anxious attachers, that when they first met this person, they did in fact project this imaginary future and this imaginary perfect partner onto somebody who wasn't necessarily very good for them. So if you're struggling with this and you want more personal support, my email is in my bio. I do a 30-minute discovery call so that you can check whether we're a right fit. So the anxious attacher has this imaginary scenario that is projected onto the person that they're dating, in this case, the avoidant. And this is exactly what I did. I was fresh out of a divorce. I just wanted somebody and I wanted to get married again. I just wanted safety. And safety to me meant marriage. Safety to me meant commitment and living together. And because I got that in my mind that that was the only way that I was going to feel safe again, I projected it onto a person that I'd only just met. I ignored the red flags or made excuses for the red flags because some of the behavior was absolutely unacceptable. And I just chalked it down to lack of relationship experience. I would make excuses for this person. Oh, well, they said it while they were drunk, for example. And this is why it feels so terrible when this person walks away, because not only are you letting go of the person, you're letting go of this imaginal future that goes along with them. So it's almost like a double whammy that you're having to deal with. And it can really take a massive toll on your mental health. So what do anxious attachers do when this happens? I'm not saying that every single anxious attacher will do this, but certainly the people who I've spoken to, myself included, did chase this person. And when I look back now at how I was feeling at the time, I can see that version of me with compassion, because I've done a lot of healing on my childhood wounds, and I've done a lot of healing around relationships and around divorce. I certainly wouldn't do that now. And the final time this happened, I did not do that. I let that person walk away. So when this happens, the anxious attacher will try and call this person. They might well send walls of text message trying to convince this person that they're worthy of the relationship. They're trying to convince this person to come back so that they feel safe and so that you don't have to deal with this gaping abandonment wound. But it's counterproductive, because if you start chasing an avoidant, that just pushes them further and further and further away. So how the avoidant partner views the relationship ending is that immediately there is a relief. There is no pressure anymore, and they feel this sense of freedom. And I know that this can be really unsatisfying to hear, but I just want to be real with you. So they feel this sense of relief. They're on their own again. They have their autonomy. They don't feel controlled. They don't feel pressurized. And that is their comfort zone. That is where they want to stay. And if it is that you keep chasing this person, it's just going to push them further and further away. Like what happened to me, I ended up blocked by this person. I had no way of contacting them. And I was really forced to deal with my own abandonment issues. Pursuing somebody who clearly didn't want to be in a relationship with me really damaged my self-esteem. That unworthiness that I had within me was definitely coming up, and I felt worse by contacting this person. So the first thing I always recommend to my clients when they're in this situation is go no contact. You won't be able to heal in the same environment that's damaged you. You're just going to keep picking at the scab. We want to heal it so that this situation isn't bothering you anymore. We want to get you to a place where this person does not have the power over your feelings. You have power over your feelings. I know it doesn't feel like that right now. Your happiness is not dependent on that person. Your worthiness is not tied to a relationship with somebody who isn't investing the same amount, at least, that you are. So absolutely go no contact. And I know that your mind is going to be telling you to text this person, call them, maybe apologize for things that you haven't even done, anything to get this person back in your life. And I get it, because I did it. I was you. I absolutely begged, pleaded, did anything it took to get this person back in my life. So eventually I was forced to actually focus on myself and focus on why I was so upset about this. And I'm not saying that this was a quick process. I made mistakes along the way, and I certainly was no angel in this relationship. However, I made these mistakes so that you don't have to, because if I knew this back then, I would never have allowed this person back into my life. I would have moved on in a more healthy way, and I wouldn't have spent 7 years on and off with this person. And that's not what I want for you guys either. I want you to be able to move forward in a really healthy way so that you can actually find your independence and find how much of an amazing person you are on your own. You on your own are enough. And when you can get to that place where you on your own are enough, what happens? Doors open. Your self-worth increases, so you don't ignore red flags this time. You will spot the signs really early on so that you're not over-investing. So all of these patterns that led you to this person and to this painful breakup can absolutely be broken. It will prevent this from happening again. But you do need to do the work to get there. You do need to look at what your own patterns are and what your beliefs are about yourself, what your beliefs are around relationships. You do need to look at what boundaries you have, what needs you have, your communication of those things, and having the confidence to do that. You do need to look at what a secure relationship actually looks like. Because for me, a secure relationship was completely foreign. I didn't know what a secure relationship looked like. I didn't know who I was in a secure relationship. And truth be told, I wasn't compatible with a secure relationship. I lived my relationships through my trauma with fear that one day I am going to be abandoned by this person that I love. So even though every fibre of your being right now is telling you to go after this person, do whatever it takes. Feel your feelings, journal on them. Do something nice for yourself today. Start eating better, start sleeping better, and notice that your self-esteem automatically increases. So I hope you found that video helpful. I do have a 6-week intensive self-study course coming soon. If you want to keep updated with that, subscribe to this channel, but I will see you next time.